NotableTalks by Any Tech Trial, and this is your host Mehak Chavan, and we have with us Erik Munoz. He is the CCO of Lybra.Tech, a platform which uses AI and ML to give you and your industry, hospitality industry, the perfect market data and revenue management facilities. So, hi Erik, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you, Mahed. It's Friday today, and Friday is my favorite day of the week. I always have an extra pep in my step because the weekend is about here. I'm wrapping up the week's work. So you've got me on the best day of the week.
Bit of a party animal, are we?
Oh yeah, I wish. No, many years ago. Now I'm more of a backyard animal, doing gardening, taking the kids to sport, but still, I'm enjoying my weekends.
Oh, I see how the times have changed for you. But you look young as ever.
Thank you so much.
And I researched on you, Erik, and I believe you're from Knutsford.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's a place 30 minutes south of Manchester in England. Mm-hmm. So most people in the world know Manchester because of the two big Premier League football teams, the red and the blue, Man United, Man City. So yeah, that's where I am. About half an hour from Manchester City.
All right, and I have also noticed that now Knutsford, as you said, is half an hour from Manchester City. So I have seen Knutsford. I googled Knutsford pictures, and oh my God, it's so beautiful. It's like I'm living in if I were there, I would be living on a film set. It's that beautiful. And I feel it's literally the hub for restaurants and pubs and tourists. And I think that's where you must have got the idea of venturing into hospitality industry.
Well, thank you. Yeah, you're right. It is very green around here. It is very beautiful. Really good friend of mine, Siva Prasad, who's originally from Bangalore, actually from Kerala. He visited me once, and I took him to lunch at a very, very, very authentic English pub. We had a Sunday roast lunch, typical of this part of the world. And he commented to me about how beautiful all the hedges were in the gardens. As we drove past the countryside, even though it is rural, the hedges were perfectly trimmed. And I never really noticed it because I was all of a sudden seeing it through somebody else's eyes. But I've been living here now for the last 10 years. I'm originally from Australia, Sydney, and that's a beautiful part of the world. This is as well. We just don't have any beaches like we do in Australia, but you know what? It's beautiful all the same, and it's a nice, let's say, central hub to get to anywhere else in Europe pretty easily. Like 20 minutes to the airport, and you can get almost anywhere in Europe with a direct flight.
So I really wanted to know, with evolving AI and ML uses every day, where do you see hospitality industry going forward with this?
Yeah, well, I think it's a great opportunity. There's already artificial intelligence and machine learning in play today, let's say with chatbot technology, with forecasting and pricing analytics. That's here today. But I see that the hotel industry or the hospitality industry is really suffering right now with a dramatic shortage of staff. So hotels are having to do more with less trained staff. And this is where AI and machine learning can be utilized even further. It's one of my pet peeves in that anytime there's a lack of service in any restaurant, bar, or particularly a hotel, it really grinds my gears because the art of hospitality is something that I've been preaching since I left hotel school. And quite often, what's frustrating for me is that it's often the technology that's in the workforce, particularly at the front desk, that is dragging the attention of the staff member away from the guest and to the keyboard or to the screen. So if artificial intelligence and machine learning can automate and, let's say, eliminate all those repetitive and boring data entry steps and processes so that the staff member is not eliminated, but the staff member is actually focused on the guest, driving, let's say, more value for the guest's hotel stay experience. That, for me, is the best application of technology where the business value improves because the guest stay experience improves because tools like AI and ML really eliminate that tedious manual keyboard entry that's required in so many places.
Erik, with a total shift from international to local travelers in recent past years, and Lybra supporting the industry in making such a big transition as smoothly as possible, from your learnings across an operational and marketing front, what would your advice be to still struggling hoteliers?
Yeah, well, initially I would say embrace and invest in technology as much as possible. Reimagine the guest stay experience. So what I mean by that is you can very simply, very easily today, completely automate the guest stay experience and make it a completely touchless experience. What I mean by touchless is the guest does not have to go to a desk, touch a pen that 15 other people have touched that day and scribble their signature on a piece of paper. That's not necessary anymore. Similarly, when the guest goes to the restaurant, they don't need to be handed a physical menu. A lot of businesses today, and I'm not really a fan of QR code menus. I'm an old, what do I call it, boomer. My boomer approach is I like a menu because if I have to use my phone, the battery's already low. Now I'm a bit stressed. I can hardly read the menu on my phone. But anyway, the QR codes for menus, guest apps, which allow the guests to check themselves in, check themselves out, order and experience their local area from this app is here and available. Now, this is not necessarily to eliminate staff in a hotel, although those staff who would be, let's say, normally designated to spend time preparing a forecast, spend time updating their pricing, or spend time doing the administrative tasks relating to the guests' check-in and check-out, that's now time saved. Now those guests can be looked after by those staff and actually welcomed and made to feel like, wow, this is a hotel that makes me truly feel welcome. The staff aren't distracted doing different things. So, and I'm not talking about 5-star luxury hotels or boutique properties. This is technology that's affordable and available to hotels of all sizes, no star to 5-star. And that's not just a sales talk, that's genuinely sharing information about what's available today. And I think a lot of hoteliers are stuck using old technology and working in the old way, where the guest has adapted. 2020 was a horrendous pandemic year for everybody in the world, and all of us have adapted. We're either working from home, we're either traveling less, we're either doing more remotely, but remotely can be in a different hotel, in a different city, in a different part of the world. Now, a lot of people are truly mobile. We're referring to them as digital nomads. So hotels need to embrace the type of technology and tools that today's guest expects.
How do you see marketing and IT implementing or even impacting your alignment with the role you are at right now?
Yeah, so I think in every B2B business, the marketing tech serves a basic purpose. You have marketing automation tools. You still are required to create content. As a sales team, let's say, who's using the marketing assets, the sales team are still designated to qualify leads, particularly if they're coming via marketing channels. And part of that qualification process is often researching the end user or let's say the prospect. So as a salesperson, as a marketer, I like to always think in terms of the salesperson. How best can they connect with the customer voice? What tools can we give them to better engage and nurture those leads? And so you asked me about IT and marketing tech. The technology is already available today in terms of data matching. So if, let's in a hotel, if a new guest reservation is received, the technology can already check that guest name, phone number, email address throughout history to see, are there any matches? Has this guest stayed here before? If so, depending on the matching criteria, they can give, let's say, an alert to the hotel that this is the same guest, or it's a 65% match or likelihood that it's the same guest. So that technology is already there today. So what I would love is for the CRM, particularly a B2B CRM, to give me that guest profile, link it with every, let's say, publicly available profile for that guest, LinkedIn profile, Instagram profile, YouTube channel, anything that gives me a richer profile of that guest. But take that a step further, because in my, let's say, segment, we're dealing with hotels and resorts. What I would do, or what our salespeople do before speaking to a hotelier, is to go to that hotel's website, do a little bit of casual forensic examination. What booking engine are they use? What press releases are there? What systems are they currently using? That's something that AI can do for us. So if I could get a really enriched lead of the consumer, the prospect's social profile, what systems they're currently using, link any public press releases associated with their business, that would not only save time, but really improve our productivity overall.
See, as a brand is maturing from its teenage phase to an adult phase, there are these transitions which happens as a brand. Your brand identifies with their market location and their market position. Brand identity, brand image is formed. They have their certain experiences. So in this digital age where everything is transforming so instantly, it is very difficult to catch up and make a hold of your position. And you can see, from a customer's perspective, you can see be lacking authenticity. What are your views regarding this?
Yeah, it's a good question. I think as products evolve or as companies mature, their brand proposition will also evolve and mature. But something that should be constantly monitored from day one and at every possible opportunity is the customer's voice. The customer, I'm talking about your target customer as a business or your target persona. That should be the consistent voice that's constantly listened to and transformed into ideas and products and your content. So as your product evolves, your customer may also evolve. So your communication should be aligned as your customer, let's say, has new challenges, new experiences that relate to your product offering as well. So I think whether you're going from a very early stage to a mature enterprise-wide solution, as your personas vary or grow, let's say, so too should your communication with that customer. And your ability to tap into that should never stop. It should never change. And like I said, there may be a time where you are now evolving into a whole new category or different type of customer. But that's something that should be, let's say, anticipated in advance and should form part of your longer term strategy and not be something that sneaks up on you by surprise.
What are your views regarding AnyTech trial?
I love it. What I've seen of AnyTech trial today is already really good. The concept of presenting a selection, a choice of different software systems by different market verticals that have one thing in common, and that is they offer a free trial, is great. I mean, that's already good enough. I can see so much more potential for AnyTech trial. No doubt. I don't know if you're in year 1 or year 4 of the business plan, that I don't know, but no doubt there are plans to add more content around certain market verticals. But like I said before, what's there today, November 2021, I think is already great.
We have with us a rapid fire round.
Okay, great.
So these questions will be as quick as possible, and you have to answer this as quick as possible. You can answer them in a speed of light. I just have to receive them very quickly.
Okay, cool.
So are you ready for that?
I'm ready.
Give me a big yes, Erik.
Yes, Erik.
All right. And we get started. Favorite CRM software?
It's not CRM software, but I consider it CRM software. LinkedIn.
Great. Which platform do you prefer the most while hosting webinars or virtual meetings?
That's an easy one. Google Meet.
Go-to application for competitive intelligence?
LinkedIn.
Great. Favorite antivirus?
I don't use antivirus. I'm a Mac user. I have all of my anti-blocking software built into my browsers, so I haven't touched a virus-ridden PC for years.
That's new. All right, software or app which has saved your life per se in business or doing business meetings.
Well, you know what? I would say just generally presentation slides. Originally PowerPoint, now Google Slides. Yeah, presentation software.
Presentation software. All right, favorite book?
Favorite book? Wow, The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho.
Love that book. And favorite quote?
Favorite quote? Spider-Man's quote, "With great power comes great responsibility."
Responsibility. Great. And one advice you would give to your younger self?
Don't hesitate, do it.
Describe yourself in 3 words.
Peruvian, Danish, Australian.
How does your good day at work look like?
It starts at 6 a.m. with a run and the gym, and it ends with family dinner.
What annoys you the most at work?
Let's say lateness for a pre-confirmed appointment.
Thank you for bearing and giving your time to Tech Trials. We were with Erik Munoz and we would like to sign off. Hasta la vista. Thank you, Erik, and we will see you next time.